Hello, everyone. I'm Rebecca Cafiero. I'm the founder of Brand Camp Retreat, and I wanted to talk today about how to get yourself published and why. So my degree is in journalism, but it was not in public relations. But I have a great friend that is an owner of a boutique PR firm, and she turned me on to a phenomenal way to get PR and credibility for free. And it's how in the year 2018, I was featured in Reader's Digest, Brit & Co., Women's Health Magazine, WebMD, US Business and News, and Realtor Magazine. And some of those was just a quote or two, and some of them were a full page article. So there's three reasons, first of all, you should care about getting published or quoted. Number one is just publicity. It keeps you relevant with your followers and your clients. It's great to use on social media, whether that's your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram, to show people that you are an expert in your field. And second thing is credibility, establishing you as an expert. It sets you apart from someone that might do the exact same thing that you do. If they're a coach or a trainer or a nutritionist or in some type of online marketing, it shows that you're an expert. And number three is money. It may bring in jobs or give you the ability to raise your rates. Again, if someone does the exact same thing that you do, you have the ability to charge more if you have been featured in a magazine because that's going to show you as an expert. So my favorite way to do this, and it's a way you can do it at no cost. Now, this is not going to replace a PR person working for you, but that is usually a significant investment, anywhere from $500 to $5,000 a month. And that's typically for larger placements when you have a specific offering, like a book, a course, a retreat, etc., that is pretty well known. So the opportunity is called HARO, or not the opportunity, the resource, and it stands for Help a Reporter Out. And it's basically where top tier news outlets, publications, online media they have a platform where they are looking for sources to be experts. And because all these reporters don't have access to 50 experts in whatever category they're writing an article about that day. And as a former reporter, I can remember calling people to get quotes to add to my stories. So it's great opportunities to get published. And again, sometimes it's in small, sometimes it's in large publications, but it doesn't really matter because published equals publicity. The benefits, again, increased exposure, credibility, social media attention that you can promote, and then Google search. When someone goes to Google search you, they are going to see these things, hopefully instead of old photos that you might not want them to see. So I'm going to show HARO and then give 7 tips for how to properly use it so that you get a great return on it. And just to give you an example of those publications that I was in, which I'll show you, I probably spent over the course of the year less than 20 hours of my time. And another thing is you can recycle a lot of the content you put out there. So even if you don't get published, you have great content now for social media. So HARO, let me share my screen. HARO is free. I personally use the $19 a month version of it only because it gives some more capability where I don't have to weed through as much. And for me, time is money. So HARO, helpareporter.com, even though it stands for Help a Reporter Out. Log in, you can set up things like your bio. I actually prefer to submit through email, which looks a little different. And I'll show you that as well. But for example, you can go to the industry, you can search different things. So here's the master, that's everything. That would be overwhelming. I do things in lifestyle and fitness, and that could be anything from mindset habits to health, nutrition, medical, etc. Everything I've ever received that I was published in was always in that category. But for those of you that are maybe financial planners, the business and finance might be a better fit for you. And then there's general, there's gift bag. That's if you have a product to sell or a product to offer, and high tech, which I've never even gone into. Okay, so what it does is every day it will show the query, which is what the ask is from the publication. Sometimes it says what the publication is, and sometimes it does not. And I'll explain why you don't necessarily want to count things out if it does not say the publication. So like this one is looking for restaurant owners. Let me go ahead and search in lifestyle and fitness. So I usually get a lot of information just looking at the main topic. Bipolar, no. Gender reveal, not an area I have expertise. Doulas, again, not an area I have expertise. But right now there's 44 pages of this. This is hundreds and hundreds of articles. Let's see, if I just went through a running coach, I'm not a running coach. So this also shows the publication, Romper, Live Strong, Insider, but again, I don't have a tattoo. So often I'll comb through 30 or 40 before I even see one that is a good one. Here's one that's a book, lifestyle habits that can harm a woman's reproductive health. Again, I'm not saying anything here that I really would want to submit. And I would encourage you, you want to look to submit for things that you don't have to do a ton of research, that you're already kind of an expert in that field, okay? And you basically put in your bio, which mine are saved. I have my bio that will pre-populate, subject, and then your response. The other way that you can find out about this is you can just get a daily email sent to you. And again, all of this is free, but the $19 a month, you get the emails earlier in the day. And then also I think there's more ability to kind of weed through things. So let me share what it looks like in email. So in an email, I actually don't know if I have an actual hero. I have, oh, here we go. Summer productivity hacks for entrepreneurs. This is actually where I submitted. I think I did get published on this one. So I always send myself a copy of anything. Here they say they use my pitch, etc., food articles. But also set up a Google alert, because sometimes their reporters don't tell you when they publish you, they just publish you. So you want to set up a Google alert for your name. But here's the 7 tips. So 1, be detail oriented. Study the query to make sure you're answering it properly. Some of them will say we want bullet points. We just want like bite-sized quotables. Some of them want it in a paragraph form because they might be using multiple paragraphs from you. So it really just depends, but read the query to see what they want. You don't need to write an article. You're just really submitting typically sound bites. Be quick but quality. Respond quickly, but make sure you edit and spell check. You do want to look professional. And most of the time, the people that respond quickly are the ones that are going to get published, because if they're on deadline, they might be looking at the first 5 or 6 submissions. However, if it's due today, don't rule that out. Just a story. I had one that was about best healthy foods for breakfast. And it was the last minute. Literally, I had written it and I accidentally deleted the email, but I was like, okay, I'm going to rewrite while it's fresh in my brain. I rewrote it and I submitted it 1 minute before the deadline. And it didn't say what the publication was, but I was like, this is an easy one. I can kind of whip this out. I didn't research anything. I just went right off my brain. Reader's Digest, guys. Women's Health Magazine. Yeah, it was Women's Health Magazine, I think, that published it. So that's a huge publication. That's very well known. That's a great source. And I'll show you where I put this. So be quick but quality, bite-sized portions. Again, pitch and sound bites, not a full essay. Stay on point, stay on the topic. Less is more, be brief. Make sure you have a bio and customize it based on your story, especially if you do a few things. So for me, I can do healthy lifestyle. And so occasionally I will contribute towards things that are more nutrition-based, but I also do a lot that's more mindset or business. So I have different bios based upon the story, because I don't want to send Women's Health my business bio unless they're asking for that. But I also don't want to send Realtor Magazine my health bio. So make sure you leave your contact information. And then when you get published, or when they let you know they're going to publish you, thank the reporter. Okay. So let me just show again where this is so important. So on your website, I'm going to share my whole screen here. On your website, you want to make sure you have like an as seen in. So on my main page of my website at the bottom, it shows the biggest publication. So it shows Reader's Digest, Women's Health, Brit & Co., Realtor Magazine, YFS Magazine, TEDx. That's not a magazine, but that's a big accomplishment. And then I put on my Meet Rebecca page, I put more of the publications that maybe weren't as recognizable, but just to show that I've been published many times. Oops, where is it? There we go, press page. And I don't include links. And now the reason I don't is most people aren't going to click on them anyway, but it's because, for example, YFS actually featured me in a roundup of female founders. Brit & Co. was like a paragraph. Realtor Magazine was a page. Women's Health, some of the bigger ones, they tend to be shorter. So there's no difference between whether the entire article is about you or you just had a quote if you have it done like this. All right. And secondly, the bios. So here's 2 different bios. One is Brand Camp Retreat. So this is more focused on sales, business, and branding. And this one is more on the healthy lifestyle. And then I give a link to my headshots, because you can't attach anything to these emails since it goes through a filter. So I have a couple of headshots for them to pick from. You want to make it as easy as possible so they don't have to come back to you to get anything else. They have everything they need to publish you, because the easier you make it, the more likely they are to use it. Again, this is just showing you Hero, the website. And then lastly, the other thing that this is great for is when you create a media deck now, or a pitch deck. This is very important anytime you're pitching yourself for anything, collaboration, for social media, a speaking engagement, anything you're getting paid for or you're getting exposure from. So if you want one of these, my business partner Molly does create these. They're really reasonable, but it gives like a little, it doesn't have to be this complicated. You can make it 2 pages, but, and product services, what I can speak on, my reach. But the big thing, I'll zoom in here, featured quoted in. So again, this is showing whoever I am sending this to why I'm an expert. And this is what sets me apart from someone else. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at Rebecca@RebeccaCafiero.com. But your information, your value absolutely deserves to be out there, to be shared with others. And again, this is one of the best ways to set yourself apart.